Budget versus beauty. What's better, the Canik subcompact or the PPQ subcompact? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today what I have for you is another in our budget versus beauty series. I kind of like this series just to help new owners get an idea of what's out there. Hopefully you guys like it too. I want to address something though. So in a couple of my videos, the comments, some of you out there, kind of seem to get a little butthurt of what I consider budget versus the beauty category. And I want to clarify my definitions of that just so people know. You know, this is December 2020. We are still in the middle of ammo shortage and kind of still a little bit of panic buying prices. Guns are running somewhere between 100 to 150 more than they did a year ago. So if I was doing this video last year, my budget would have been probably in that 300 range or less. And above that would have been kind of more in the beauty. I have upped it to, account for today's prices. So budget is in the 400 or less category, give or take a few dollars. Above that, I kind of put it in the beauty. So just so you know where I'm coming from. What I've got for you today is I've got two. So I've got the Canik TP9 Elite subcompact. And then I have the Walther PPQ M2 subcompact. So these guns, as of today's filming, I checked prices this morning. The Canik is running right around that $400 range. And the PPQ local prices is running somewhere in that 600 range. So no matter how you look at it, whether it was last year's pricing or this year's pricing, there's about $150 to $200 difference between these two guns. And the reality of it is, especially for someone looking for their new gun, for their first gun, that $150 to $200 can make or break what's going to fit in their budget. So hence, those are the criteria for the video. We're going to do a tabletop overview of the guns. And I apologize, there won't be any shooting footage of this, these two guns today because my local range that I belong to is under a major reconstruction at the pistol range. And the only range I had available to me today was the 25 or 50 yard handgun or rifle ranges. And if I'm being real honest with 9mm prices and availability, I didn't feel like wasting 9mm trying to shoot, an unfamiliar gun to me at 25 yards on camera. Rather do it at a shorter distance so I can give you guys some accuracy, my take on that. But I have shot both these guns off camera before. One belongs to a friend of mine. So I'm going to give you my take on it. We'll do that overview and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so let's start off with the Canik just to see what all it comes with. So we've got a nice case, double locking case. Let's open it up. The case is good to have, but it's not the be-all end-all. We're talking about the gun itself. Inside though, if you lift up this pouch, it does have, here's your owner's manual and that sort of stuff, which is, always nice to have. And let's just put this off the side. Does come with a cleaning brush, particularly cleaning kits, and then it's got a rod for your patches. As far as over here, you've got this is already set up with an optics cut, so it has the toolkit that comes with different screws to allow you to mount the different base plates, which is nice. It comes with a 12 and a 15 round magazine. Now the owner of this gun purchased an aftermarket extension that slips over the 15 round magazine to fill in a little space, which I'll show you. And it does have a couple different size back straps, so you can change the fit of the gun, which is a nice feature. The gun itself, so it comes with Canik's holster. This can be set up as both an inside and an outside the waistband holster. Nice touch, you don't get that with a lot of guns. As far as the gun itself, so here's the 10 round magazine, and just to show you, the gun is clear. So as far as features go, the gun itself it is almost completely ambidextrous, and the reason I say almost is you've got ambi magazine releases right here. You've got a reversible magazine release, so you have to switch it for left-handed operation. which is a little different than on the Walther, but not a big deal. So can fully be used right or left-handed, so it's really nice. It does come with, so it's got a nice blacked out rear sights and a fairly easy to pick up front sights. Good sight picture to it. Here's what I'll show you with that. The reason he had that extension on the 15 rounder. When you put it in here, and I'm not sure, he didn't include the original base plate here, but it left an open space here which he didn't care for when you're putting it in your palm. Sorry, I'll try to do it right-handed here. This was open and he didn't care for that, so he found this online. I'm not sure the company that makes that. This gun is also cut for optics, which is a nice touch, which a lot of guns are coming with now. So overall, I mean, this is a really feature-packed gun. And as far as trigger goes, so you've got a, so you can see the striker indicator, so it is ready to go. The firearm is unloaded. So let's test that trigger here. Sorry, an awkward angle here, but so it's got a nice trigger with a short reset, audible click. For my taste, the reset on the trigger, it's got a little bit of, it's got the, of course you got your safety built in the trigger. It's pretty, for me it's got a long take up, but then a nice, a little bit of spongy there, but then it's got a good break there. I'll go over that, the difference in the between this and the Walther here in a little bit. And then you've got a nice memory pad there for your finger. So kind of hard to beat the package. You got your rail to mount a light or a laser if you want to. Very, very feature-packed gun. I can't really find fault in it. So let's go look at the Walther. Alright, so now we've got the Walther. Same thing, comes with a nice case, double lock capable, very strong. It's going to protect the gun during transport, that sort of thing. I mean, I keep mine in the safe, but it's nice to have these when you do travel, if you don't want to just toss everything in a range bag, you just want to take one gun. But let's open this one up. So kind of same thing, it doesn't have quite as nice of a pouch for the owner's manual, but that's not a big deal. This one does not come with a cleaning kit like the Canik did. It comes with, and the Canik had this too, but I think the original owner has it at home. You've got the, the lock that comes with them. It's got a chamber flag, different back straps again. I have the larger one installed on this particular firearm. This is the LE version, so this came with actually 3 magazines, 2 10-rounders and a 15. Has the loader too, which I believe the Canik came with one as well. I think he has that at home. I borrowed the Canik. The same thing on the Walther. Let's just show clear so you can see everything. Nothing in it. Nothing in the magazine. Where the Canik came with a 12-round and a 15-round, the Walther comes with 2 10-round magazines. One with a flat base plate, one with a pinky extension, which is how I prefer to carry it. But then you also do have the 15-rounder that already comes with that sleeve to fill in the hand, so that the Canik owner purchased for his. So there's kind of a plus there. More magazines for the Walther, I think. It also is, so let's close it. So you've got, again, the fully ambi magazine releases. And again, this is a reversible magazine release. I have it set up for a left-hander. So those are very much the same. Let's put in, again, empty mag. Let's put an empty mag in here. Check the trigger. So I like this because it's not quite as spongy as a trigger. Not that the Canik trigger is bad by any means, but this one's just a little more positive for me. There's all the take up you have. It's nice, smooth. Here's your wall. Nice, crisp break. Reset. Audible. Overall, I do like this trigger quite a bit better than the Canik, even though they're fairly close. I also put the carry magazine in that I use. I prefer the ergonomics of this one a little bit, and let's get all this other stuff aside. Let's get the two guns out next to each other, just so we can really compare. Alright, so here we have both guns side by side. And let's compare them. I mean, again, this is what's considered, a lot of people consider a clone of the PPQ. So you got your feature-wise, you've got your oversized and ambi slide releases. Both guns have rails. Both guns have reversible mag releases. This one is set up in the stock configuration for right-handed. Since this one is mine, I reverse it to the left. You flip this over, flip this one over, and again, both these firearms are empty, so it's kind of hard to compare there. Now here we get into the trigger though. So on the Canik, let's reset it. You do have that rear striker indicator, and let's pull the trigger. So for me, that wall is just a little bit of a mushy creep here, but a nice light trigger. The reset's crisp, it's quick. It's a close second. Personally, I'm gonna go for the trigger on the PPQ. So you have it. It's just the take up is smoother on it. It's got a crisper break to me. That reset is more audible. It's more solid, and then nice and light. For that alone, it goes to the Walther as far as that goes for me personally. Sights are, I mean, both have good sights. That's preference. The Canik has the blacked out rear with the white dot on the front, and then you have your phosphorescent sights on the Walther. I tend to like these a little bit better. Size wise, I mean, these guns, you're not going to make much of a difference. I suppose the 15 rounder is a little bit longer on the Walther as far as the handle goes, or the grip goes for printing. So you've got slides are the same. I mean, they're both about the same profile. You have a little peephole for a loaded chamber indicator here. You have one that pops up on the Canik. Some people don't care for that. Feature-wise, the Canik is milled for a red dot. So I think that probably goes to the Canik. It's also got sights that enable you to charge it one-handed off of a belt or something. You'd be a little bit harder pressed to do that on the Walther. So take that for what you will. I mean, the guns are so similar in that range. It comes down to shooting them. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I guess, you know, not to sound redundant, but if you're going strictly feature for the price, Canik wins out. Overall, feel in the hand and how it shoots, I still prefer the PPQ, which is why I purchased it. Alright guys, so let's cut back to the overview and I'll see you in just a bit. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked that overview. So, two good guns to consider. Again, we got the Canik TP9 Elite subcompact, and you have the PPQ M2 subcompact. So the Canik, you know, that comes, like you saw in the review, comes with a 12-round magazine and a 15, whereas the Walther comes with two 10 rounds and a 15. Like I kind of alluded to, if you're strictly looking for budget and features for what you get for the money, I would say the win goes to the Canik. Overall, though, fun of shooting, accuracy, my preference goes to the PPQ, mainly for a slightly better trigger. And to be honest with you, even though the Canik is cut for optics, I have a pretty bad astigmatism. So most red dots to me aren't dots. They are actually blurs, so I prefer just on a handgun iron sights. In fact, on my rifles, if you notice, I don't really run red dots on my rifles in my videos. I prefer a scope with an etched reticle, illuminated reticle, just because I can focus on it. So, tough call. It's going to come down to how much you have to invest in a firearm for a carry arm, which you would choose between these two. Personally, my vote goes towards the PPQ. So, hope you guys like this. As always, if you like videos like this, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you on future videos. Alright guys, shoot safe.